Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Frankie. Okay, whatever. It's good enough.
I said go. What are you talking about?
You didn't say it in sync with us. I said we're gonna say it in sync, and you said you would do
then
it.
let's
It's fine. It's fine.
do it
it's
again.
Fine.
No, we're doing it again.
No, it's done. It's done.
Do it again.
It's done. We did it.
Is this the start of our podcast?
Yes.
Is this
Hello,
screaming at each
everybody.
other? These
I'm
headphones
Rich
are noise
from
canceling.
rich.com/richrights.
I have an Instagram that's gay, and it's called FBD45.
You didn't say what your name was.
Oh, Frankie. Fuck.
I was waiting.
I was also waiting. It was like,
That's my name. My name is now just FBD45.
his parents were looking at him as he was born and were like, we're going to name him FBD45. It says that on his
Have I
birth
ever
certificate.
told you guys where that name came from?
It's your initials.
It's, yes.
Wait,
but like
we need,
the
hang on.
45
We need our third person to introduce themselves.
Oh, right. But then we'll talk about my username.
I'm Jake.
Ooh.
Okay, done. Anyways.
Okay. How,
Moving on.
are you going to tell us how you got your Instagram name?
It's
Yes,
because 45
so-
is how old he is.
No, it's,
okay.
It's I made a Club Penguin, and Frankie BD was taken, so I was Frankie BD45 on Club Penguin, and it just stuck.
Oh, that's a nice story.
It's cute.
I was a Pussy Smasher 69 on Club Penguin.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Can't believe that made it through.
I was 11. It did not make it through.
No, damn. Ooh, almost spilled my
Anyways,
drink.
guys, I just reached a huge milestone in my life that I need to tell you about for the very first time.
What is it?
Oh, wow. What is this exciting new information?
What could it possibly be?
My YouTube page just reached 6,969 views exactly.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh my god. I've never heard this news before.
It's like the
Not
number
even
means
twice.
That's gonna be my life accomplishment, and I hope that's written on my tombstone.
I'll make sure. Husband.
Oh, thank you. All right,
No
so my
problem.
husband will make sure that's on my tombstone.
Okay, Richard, did you ever say your name?
I think I said I'm Rich. My name's Rich.
Yeah, you said rich.com/richrights.
No, I said youtube.com. Whatever. Anyways,
You did, but...
so on in this podcast, what we're gonna do is we all have two conspiracy theories that we found on the internet, and we're gonna read them to each other, and we're all gonna react to them, and it should be a jolly old fun time. Don't take it too seriously. It's just shit we found on the internet that might be insane.
Yeah. Because mine might be a little anti-Semitic.
Oh god.
We're gonna be canceled on podcast 1.
I'm literally coming after the company I work for, so like.
Nice. All right. I think we should go in the order: Frankie, then me, then Jake, and then.
Oh, okay.
So we all do one at a time, and then we restart from the beginning, and then we all just read our second one. Also, I think we
agree.
should rate everyone's conspiracy theory out of 10. 10 being the most plausible, and 1 being the least plausible, and whoever has the most points wins a prize.
Cool.
The prize will be a kiss on the mouth
Dick.
from me. Okay.
Damn it. I want a
Okay.
dick.
I'm glad I'm probably
my
not
phone-
going to win
My
this one.
TikTok's going off. Well, I never checked the TikTok. It's probably doing real well.
All right. TikTok. Sorry.
Oh my god.
What?
Sorry, my TikTok was doing well.
Did you make a
I was not
TikTok?
ready. I made a TikTok during my class, and it was like POV, you're my paper, and I'm doodling on you,
What the fuck?
and it has over 100 likes.
Oh my god. Wait, how many views does that have?
I think it's at 200.
Wait, so out of 200 views, you got 100 likes?
Yeah,
That's like insane, right? That's
pretty good.
That's like, cause my most liked video has like 43 likes, and that has like 900 views.
Sorry that I'm just a TikTok god.
Oh, okay. I might as well quit my job on YouTube and just make TikToks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Frankie
You
should be
should have
running
done
this
that forever
podcast.
ago.
You're right.
Exactly. Hello, welcome to my podcast. These two are randos I found on the goddamn street.
That's true.
I mean, for you, Jake.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true for Jake. But we don't have a podcast name as of right now.
I'm telling you, welcome to Two Faggy Bald Fucks.
Oh.
What?
That's not advertiser
I don't see
friendly.
a problem with that name.
All right. I don't think that we'll get traction very well if that's our title.
I think it's going to do amazing. It's going to do spectacular.
All right. Frankie, do you want to kick us off with your first conspiracy theory?
Okay. So, we're going to talk about Proctor Gamble.
Ooh.
It's a conglomerate type company. They own a ton of little companies. I work for blank. So,
Frankie's going to lose his job by the end of this.
Pretty much. So,
that's fine.
If I texted you guys the logo like not too long ago.
Oh yeah, this cryptic Illuminati shit.
Yes, so Procter & Gamble is definitely part of the Illuminati.
Oh, was that? Okay.
That's the conspiracy
Ooh.
theory. So if you pull up the photo I sent you to, and you guys can Google this photo by Googling Procter & Gamble old logo. You'll see in the 1931, there's like a little guy in the moon, and there's some stars. And then if you look into his beard, the number 666 is kind of just chilling.
Where is the number 666? I'm looking at it.
In the bottom of his beard in the 1931 logo. They're upside down sixes.
Wouldn't an upside down 6 be a 9?
But if you flip it, what?
Nice.
We're talking conspiracy theory.
Okay, alright, I see it.
You see and then he also has some horns.
Okay.
So this man is fully just like the devil up on their logo. And so they had like a lawsuit, and then the photo I sent them has the newer logo where they removed all that shit. Mm-hmm. But Procter & Gamble's, one of their companies, Gillette, came out with a heated razor, and in the UPC are the numbers 666.
Yikes.
Spooky.
Yeah, kind of major yike. Major,
I think I had that razor.
It just came out.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You got it.
No, I had a vibrating razor.
Yeah, you had the heated razor just came out. I'm not saying I sell them, but I'm come in contact with the UPC a lot.
Does the heated razor actually, like, make your shave closer? Because I question that a lot.
It actually does. Oops, sorry, Siri. No. Sorry.
Your phone is on silent?
No, Siri went off and I'm diddling with it.
Okay.
No, so if you want the science behind the heated razor, for everyone in the podcast, since I have to say it daily, I mean, maybe I say it daily, you don't know what division of Procter & Gamble I work
Allegedly.
for. Allegedly. The whole point of it is that the heat opens up your pores and makes your skin tighter, so it's getting the blades closer to your skin and causing that smoother, cleaner shave.
Nice.
Or just
Well, damn! It's not cutting, it's shaving. With beautiful 5 blades.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. So what further? Tell us more about this conspiracy theory.
That's it. They're part of the Illuminati. What else do you need?
That's it?
Procter & Gamble is the Illuminati. Yeah, what else do you need? The Procter & Gamble is the Illuminati. The devil, horns, 666 in a lot of locations.
That's all the details you have?
Richard, I don't know about you, but I believe it.
I'm pretty convinced.
I'm convinced.
Do you need more? Should I just go into the Denver airport conspiracy theories? That won't be shitty.
That's a fun one.
Wait, how many conspiracy theories do you have?
I mean, the Denver airport one I just know off the top of my head.
Go into it.
Okay, so the Denver airport is just fully where the Illuminati is going to go when they end the world.
I did know about this one.
That's the whole point, because there's these
That's because Jake's part of the Illuminati.
It's true.
Exactly. There's these miles and miles of underground tunnels in, like, the Denver airport that, like, everyone's like, oh, it's just for, like, carts to get around. Like, no, they're like, go fucking 2 miles down. What the fuck are you talking about?
I wish wait, hang on. I saw this in IKEA. They actually have tunnels for the carts.
I mean, yeah, a lot of places have them, but are they massive miles long and also deep, deep underground?
I guess not.
Yeah, exactly. So shut your fucking mouth, you cunt. Anyway.
Yikes.
We like to have fun.
So then there's like these really cryptic paintings that you can Google, and they're really, really actually scary. They're like fucking horrifying paintings of like a man in a military suit and a gas mask killing children.
Wait, really?
Oh, I spilled my drink. It was fine. It was just.
Are
ice.
you in the rocking chair?
What? Rocking
Do you have
chair?
a rocking chair in your house?
No.
Oh, my bad.
Anyways, so there's the really creepy paintings. Then there's the fucking horse statue at the entrance of the airport that literally it's a blue horse with glowing red eyes that killed its creator because the head fell on it and crushed the guy to death.
Yeah, that's definitely cursed.
Yeah, this whole airport is just fucking crazy. Also, that was not the word also twice before, but at baggage claim, there's these fucking horrifying gargoyles that just like perch over baggage claim in a like suitcase.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the Denver airport is the epicenter of the Illuminati.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you knew that much about the Denver airport, but you went with the theory of Procter and Gamble just because of their logo?
I had heard about it while we were talking about this podcast, so I was like, ooh, this sounds fun, and then I did minimal research. There's also a lawsuit, but like the lawsuit's really just like Christians being annoyed.
They do that.
Yeah,
They do that.
And they rape children.
Yeah.
Okay. No
Just
comment.
opened a bottle of wine.
No comment.
I'm pouring a bottle of wine into a plastic cup to drink it out of a straw.
Classy.
Delicioso. Okay, let's compare.
Wait, hang on. Frankie, we're doing one at a time.
I said next.
Oh, next. Wait, we gotta rate Frankie's. Are we rating the Procter and Gamble thing, or are we rating the Illuminati thing?
Rate the Denver airport.
Okay.
Take both your scores and average them out.
Okay.
I'll do the math.
I mean, we could just add them together.
No, we can just give your individual ratings.
Yeah,
Richard, what are your individual ratings of Frankie's conspiracy cases?
I'm giving this conspiracy theory a 6 out of 10.
Oh. Jake.
Both of them?
Individually. Okay. The Procter and Gamble one, that gets a 1 out of 10.
Okay.
Because you have like no evidence other than, if you look at the beard and squint one of your eyes and turn it at a 360-degree angle and squint the other eye, you might see 666 and devil horns.
Isn't that most Illuminati conspiracy theories, though?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Alright, I'm giving that one a 1 out of 10. I'll give your Denver one a 4 out of 10. And that's my official rating. I'm gonna write these down because we're gonna forget these.
I'm adding up my own score, so like I'm gonna keep track of my own numbers. Thank you.
I'll just keep track of everyone's, and then it'll keep it all more organized, Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jake, what do you give? What do you give these to Frankie?
I gotta give the Illuminati first one, gambling, whatever it's called.
Procter and Gamble.
Procter and Gamble. I will have to give that one a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I understand.
It
sucks.
I'm a sucker for logos, so I'll give an extra point because 666. You know.
Understandable.
Understandable. Yes.
And then because I've heard of the Denver Airport, Denver International Airport conspiracy theory, I will give that one a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Because I also have found that very interesting.
Oh, I think my score's at 5 currently. I need my next one is popular, so hopefully it'll.
It's got to be a winner.
All right. So do we want to move on to mine?
Yeah, let's go, Rich.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So this one is called the Suppression of Free Energy.
Okay, whoa,
This
we're
sounds
going
intense.
deep.
Yeah, this one's pretty intense. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. So free energy, people, for scientists and engineers for a very long time have been trying to come up with systems that can create low cost, if not free, energy for people, right? And
Yes.
so some of the proposed methods of getting this is a perpetual motion machine, which is a machine that can, by its own force, continually moves without ever slowing down, and then you could just use that to power engines. But
What if I put my finger in it?
then your finger will get crushed. But it doesn't exist because that would break the first and second law of physics or something,
Aviation.
the first and second law of something. I don't know.
According to the first law of aviation, the bee is not supposed to be able to fly, so fuck that logic.
Anyways, the other another method of using low free energy is called cold fusion. So cold fusion is suggested to be a way to create nuclear power without increasing the temperature all that much, which would mean that you would get more nuclear power for less energy, which would be like very, very cheap in compared to how current nuclear power goes. But that doesn't work in practice. So here are a few stories of some scientists that tried to make devices that caused for free energy. So we're going all the way back to 1931, and this guy's name is T.H. Morey. So he published a book called the Morey. He published a book about his invention, which was called the Morey valve. So what the valve claimed to do was generate 500 watts of power from the atmosphere by using no energy at all. So it would create energy without really having any cost. So he believed that this could supply free energy to the entire world if they were to get everyone to have one of these. And there's not a whole lot of information about this guy online, but most of it is regarding this. So he tried to patent his invention, but it never got through. The only invention he actually patented was a commercial failure. So Morey claimed throughout his entire life that there were several attempts to kill him. So he believes that there was a suppression campaign against him by whether it be government forces or just energy companies that didn't want his invention to get out. And his son backed up his claim that there were several attempts on his life. So kind of sketchy, but doesn't really seem like much. So then we go all the way up to 1995, and this one is, I find this one to be very, very interesting. So we have Stanley Meyer, who's a scientist, and announces his cheap water fuel cell. So basically what this does is, it's a fuel cell that you can connect to your car, and you just put water in it, and it removes the hydrogen and the oxygen away from each other, and then the oxygen just goes out into the atmosphere, and then the hydrogen would power your car. So it would be a no emissions way to get incredibly cheap energy. So because the oxygen would just be going out into the atmosphere. However, since then, the device has been debunked because it breaks the first and second laws of thermodynamics. So anyways, but at the time that wasn't debunked yet. So he claims that he was offered upwards of $1 billion by Arab oil companies and the U.S. government to stop developing his fuel cell. So he also had several witnesses allegedly backing up his claim. But he never took the money. He kept working at the water fuel cell. And then if we fast forward 3 years, something kind of spooky happens. So Stanley Meyer died suddenly on March 20th of 1998.
As they do.
Yes, as they do. Mm-hmm. And he was out to dinner with his brother. And right before he died, his last words were, "They poisoned me," to his brother.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So after that, he died. And after an investigation, the Grove City Police Department determined that, and the coroner's office determined that he died from a cerebral aneurysm. So they said that no foul play was involved, but this guy's brother, to this day, says that he was killed.
Oh my god.
It sure sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely sounds murdered.
That sounds incredibly sketch to me. And then a year later, we have this third guy. His name is Eugene Malov, who claims to have created a cold fusion energy device that he claims was suppressed by the scientific community. So cold fusion is that really low-cost nuclear fusion type of device. So he claims that he made a cold fusion device that works. But 5 years later, in 2004, Eugene Malov was murdered, right? So he straight up was murdered. Like, that is a fact. It's not like the other guy who it's like, oh, he probably was. This guy was murdered, and his family claims that he was killed by whether it be there was an assassination attempt on him, whether it be the government or some kind of oil business. But officially, it says that it was a robbery that went wrong, and these people have been charged with murder. But so officially, it was a robbery gone wrong.
Oh
but people that knew him claim that he was assassinated. And what I think is the spookiest part about this whole thing is that all three of these scientists, their devices and blueprints were either destroyed or completely went missing.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
You can't even look up the blueprints of it because they're just gone,
Wow.
they're destroyed or missing.
Wow.
So what do you guys think?
It sounds very logical.
Okay.
Sounds plausible.
Oil company has a lot of money in oil, so they need that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a lot of sense why that would happen, and a lot of that shit would happen because, I mean, the first ever electric car was destroyed. Like, it's a known fact that it was destroyed because the oil companies didn't want it to happen.
Yeah, so that's why I think the oil company trying to kill them makes sense, because it would completely destroy their industry, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah, exactly.
Jake, what do you think?
I guess my only question to pose would be, what if the oil companies decided to offer a significant amount of money to buy out the scientist's invention and make the profits off of the completely renewable energy instead of having their industry destroyed? Why wouldn't that be the better option instead of creating a conspiracy theory?
Because the industry of oil is a way more profitable industry than a renewable resource such as water and other.
Yeah, exactly. So if they were to sell this device, then, like, let's say it was Stanley Meyer's device, which was the water fuel cell, then they would sell the device once, and then they would, like, let's say they were to sell it for however much money, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it may be. People would just buy it once, and then they would never need to go back to that company to buy it again, to buy anything again. As to where if it's oil, then you can't just...
You're constantly buying it.
You can't just buy oil once and be good. You have to buy it, like, whenever your car needs to be refilled. So it constantly keeps us giving them money this way.
I'd spend over $100 in gas a month. Like,
Exactly.
it's...
No, you're right. I
You're
was just
gonna
posing a
spend more.
theoretical question. I didn't actually believe in my own question. I was just asking
Okay,
fucking
good.
shits of it.
I
you fucking idiot.
That's why I phrased the question that way. Yeah. No, but I mean, that's entirely plausible. That sounds exactly like 20,000 things I hear within the last 2 years or whatever. With
From Dylan.
I bet Stanley Meyer knew something about the Clintons too.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Let's not go into those.
I almost
That's
picked
a
one
whole-
of those for my conspiracy theories.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah,
I
might-
almost went with Epstein's murder.
Ooh, that would have been controversial.
Ooh,
That was
that would have been
almost what I went
fun,
with.
Guys,
though,
guys.
because I haven't...
No one's been saying this. I just need to make a bold claim. Pedophilia is bad.
Oh, I was so worried.
You shouldn't be a
Wow.
pedophile. That's a bad thing to do.
That's, you know what?
All our mics
Good
are
job.
peaking.
I
job.
did it. I saved the world.
All our mics just peaked.
All right, guys. What would you rate my conspiracy theory?
I will give it a 8 out of 10.
Ooh. All right. I'm already beating Frankie.
How dare you? I'm also hold up. I'm chewing on an egg. Roll.
Oh, you're eating?
While he's eating, I will elaborate that I believe that is definitely a plausible conspiracy theory because there are definitely very large corporations that are terrified of having their profits being completely destroyed from a very beneficial invention for the good of the community. So that's seems in line with everything else that happens in the world. So
The sad thing about this conspiracy theory is that it just completely banks off human beings being selfish, terrible creatures.
it's true.
Like, for you to believe this, you just have to be on board with, yeah, human beings suck, which they absolutely do. So that's what
Yeah.
gives this plausibility to me. Even though all of these people's inventions have been debunked by scientists of today.
Okay.
The idea of an oil company
Alright.
being scared and being like, we have to kill them, makes sense to me at the time.
Yeah,
All right, so Frankie, what would you give my conspiracy theory?
I'm gonna give it like a solid 7 out of
Ooh,
10.
all right, okay. So right now Frankie's at 10 and I am at 15. All right, Jake, you want to go?
That's a good strong start for Richard.
I know. It's all downhill from here.
I don't think.
Come on, Jake, what you got?
All right, so I don't think in terms of plausibility, my conspiracy theory will be as
Oh yeah, my last one has zero plausibility, but I love it too much.
yeah. But I do love this conspiracy theory. I think it's very very interesting. I've never heard of it until today.
Let's hear it.
So, the title of my conspiracy theory is Israel-related animal conspiracies.
Off to a good start.
So when I said it would get a little anti-Semitic, it's not me being anti-Semitic. It's just the relations between Israel and Iran supporting the Palestinians is what would be anti-Semitic here. But anyways,
That's called damage control. Damage control. Fuck, I can't speak.
Demahe control.
It's okay, Richard.
I have Dane scramblage. Continue.
So, for background information, the only background information you need to know is that Iran and Israel don't like each other. That's it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Since when?
Poor K.
Yeah. It's a
In my 2019?
little known fact.
Okay.
But this all started with shark attacks off the coast of a resort in Egypt.
Okay.
So the resort was located in South Sinai, and what happened was there was a series of shark attacks within a short period, I believe within a month, that they actually captured one of the sharks that committed one of the attacks, and they found a GPS tracking device on the shark that they claimed was a guiding device planted by Israeli agents. The governor of South Sinai didn't put the theory out of the question that this was sent by people who wanted to disrupt the resort's operations, and insinuated that Israel was attempting to disrupt Egyptian tourism through remote-controlled sharks. And this is real. This is a quote that was said by the governor of South Sinai. I will find the exact phrasing because it is just beautiful that anyone in a political administration would say this. What is being said about the Mossad, which was the group they believed to commit this, throwing a deadly shark, quote-unquote, in the sea to hit tourism in Egypt is not out of the question, but it needs time to confirm. And the Israeli Foreign Ministry, in response,
Sicko mode.
suggested that the governor of South Sinai had,
Sharks went sicko mode.
yes, had, quote-unquote, seen Jaws one times too many.
Once! I've seen Jaws once, and this don't happen.
That guy, he had a childhood trauma involving watching Jaws.
Yes, I believe so. That maybe that was the reason why he was so inclined to believe that the Israeli were sending remote-controlled sharks to attack people, but, you know. I mean, I don't know. I can't. Technology's wild. I don't know. I don't have an answer to
You've
that.
got a point. Technology is truly wild.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this doesn't stop at sharks.
Ooh.
So now we continue to a much smaller creature, rats.
Oof.
So,
Oh, there's more animals.
a Palestinian news agency, Wafa, accused Israel of using, and I quote, supernatural rats that can, and I quote, chase away Arab cats. This was used to encourage Arab residents to flee the city of Jerusalem by utilizing these rats to specifically target Arab population.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
I'm convinced.
Yes. The news agency
Done.
claimed
10 out of 10.
they claimed that the rats knew the difference between Jewish and Arab people.
Oh, no.
Anti-Semitic
Oh.
rats?
Anti-Semitic. This is what you meant? The rats are fucking Oh, dear God. Hitler rats. We
Wow.
have Hitler rats.
Yeah.
I need to drink.
They knew the
I've
difference,
had
and this was all in an attempt to rid Jerusalem of the Arab
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Jerusalem.
Yep. So
Coincidence?
this is to get that Arab population out of there by using the rats within the sewers, carrying the bubonic plague, and then eventually turning them into supernatural rats that would just scare cats at the first sight of danger. And
Scared Arab cats?
Arab cats, yes, supernatural
Not
rats
the Jewish cats.
to chase away Arab cats.
So wait,
it.
this theory goes
Got it.
that they got the rats to only chase out Arab cats.
The Arab, well, it was afraid of the Arab cats, the cats that were owned by the Arab population of Jerusalem, so that eventually they could cause the Arab population of Jerusalem to be scared enough to leave the city because their children were being bit by these rats.
I'm convinced.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, so
this is exactly what happened. There's no other explanation.
I would like to read a quote by the Irish columnist
Please do.
Ian O'Doherty.
We love a good quote.
Terrifyingly, the rats even know the difference between Jew and Arab, and they leave the Jews alone while terrorizing the Arabs. Further proof, as if any were needed, that these Jews are just...
As if any more!
Hold on. That these Jews are just too sneaky for their own good. That, or the fact that Palestinian newspapers are perhaps a little biased in their coverage. Those Jews are just too sneaky for their own good.
That is so anti-Semitic.
It might be.
That's
Oh my god. That's insane.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if an American politician said anything like half as offensive as that?
I know.
Oh my god.
These are official news agencies reporting these things and saying these things, and I could not believe what I was reading.
That is insane.
And finally, that is not the end of the story. There is one more animal that
Oh no.
Oh god.
that Israel has used.
Tell
for
me it's guinea
espionage.
pigs. Tell me it's guinea pigs.
It's not guinea
Tell
pigs.
me
Damn it.
it's corgis.
It is more aquatic than that.
Oh, if it was corgis, that would be
Whoa.
amazing.
We're back to aquatic animals.
Aquatic guinea pigs.
I wish. No, we have.
Oh my god, aquatic guinea pigs!
Guinea pigs.
Oh my
I'm imagining.
You see this is like a swarm of guinea pigs in like a pool coming towards you.
Everyone's
But only
like,
targeting the Arab population.
like, fuck, the guinea pigs are coming. Get out of the water.
And they just swim around all the Jews and white people and attack the Arab
Yes.
dude.
This is
Exactly.
insane. Okay.
Okay, continue.
Alright, so the last one is dolphins.
Oh no.
Everyone loves dolphins.
Yes.
They're so nice. You know, everyone's like, wow, a dolphin.
They rape people. What are you talking about?
Well, that's, we all
Frankie,
do
you
our
phrased that
business.
as oh my god. No
I'm
comment.
allowed to
Continue.
talk about rape culture.
We're
But
talking
the
about
dolphins.
dolphins.
All right. So the
Same action.
there is a Iranian military party called the Is-ad-Din al-Qassam Brigades of Hamas. We'll just call them the Iranian military party.
Yeah.
Claimed that they captured a dolphin wearing cameras and other equipment off the Gaza coast. One report claimed that it was fitted with,
Claimed.
and I quote, killer arrows. Iran's Fars news agency.
Wait, hang on. This is
Crazy
like
names out there.
this is like what's the Mike Myers movie with the laser sharks? You guys know what I'm talking about. Austin Powers. This is like
Austin
Austin
Powers,
Powers.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yes. It gets closer to Austin Powers with every quote.
Ooh, continue.
The Iran's Fars news agency called it, instead of a real dolphin, an Israeli-made robot dolphin equipped with espionage equipment, including video recording cameras.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
A real robot dolphin.
Yes! Robo Dolphin for the win!
So they think there are dolphins that record everything on camera, are robotic, and shoot deathly arrows at people?
Of course that's what they fucking do.
Hold on, you forgot that it was made by the Israelis.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe that they have robot death dolphins in this part of the world.
I want a robot deaf dolphin.
Like
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah. But and I have one quote to finish up with
Ooh, please tell us.
this fun part. All right. So this is the beginning of the quote. Israel did not just stop at the bloody attacks against the Gaza Strip. I would like to chime in as if this is comparable. The Arabic language Palestinian Daily Al-Quds reported, which I guess is a newspaper,
Okay.
I believe. Now it has recruited a watery pet, the dolphin, known for its friendship with humans, to use for operations to kill Qassam Brigade's naval commandos, which is basically the equivalent of the Navy SEALs for us. So,
God. Oh my
a
God.
real
This
news
goes so
organization is claiming that these dolphins were fitted with killer arrows to kill what we would consider Navy SEALs for us, but Iran's Navy SEALs.
Yep, that's what they were doing. The Dolphins had bow and
I'm
arrow.
convinced.
Yep. And this is
Yep, 70 out of 10.
this is comparable to the bloody attacks against the Gaza Strip. The killer dolphins.
Killer dolphin. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be?
Yep.
Wow.
So
Hadur.
this was these were the highlights. There were multiple accounts of different types of birds carrying tracking devices and spy equipment.
That's
And-
impossible. Birds aren't real.
Yeah, based on
Yeah,
migration
birds
patterns.
were killed in the 1980s by Reagan
Yeah.
and were replaced with spies. Well, yeah, that's his fears. They were replaced with spies.
Yeah.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie. Of course they do.
Yeah, this is just the Middle East equivalent.
Middle East equivalent of the birds working for the bourgeoisie. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So that is my full presented theory of Israeli-controlled animal spies. I much enjoyed researching into this theory because it's fucking ridiculous and amazing. And
Jake,
I can't believe it exists.
I can't believe that exists either. That's insane. Like we complain about American politics. That's what they have to fucking deal with.
It's crazy.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
What if the sharks and the robot dolphins
Oh, no. Where is this
form
going?
a group to make an even deadlier brigade?
That just want to kill everyone.
Like, how would anyone stop that?
That's just an asylum movie.
Richard, it's really easy to stop them. It's called going inland.
What if they can? But that's where the rats are.
Oh, fuck. They got the rats in, too?
Yeah.
Then we're dead. Then we're
Yeah,
fucked.
All right. I'll quickly read out the full list of animals. So we have shark attacks, we have griffin vultures, we have bee eaters, we have vultures, we have kestrels, which are also birds, Benelli's eagle, Galma eagle, boars and pigs. So quickly, the boars and
Of
pigs
course.
were claimed to The Palestinian Authority accused Israel of releasing wild boars
And the Jews
to
love the
destroy
pig.
all of the agricultural fields in the West Bank area, which is an area in Palestine, I guess. And
So Jewish pigs. Of course.
yes, so Jewish pigs, and then there was hyenas, and then there was rats, and then there was dolphins, and then finally there was reptiles.
Hold up. You were not just glazing over hyenas.
Where did they get the hyenas?
It's the same deal as the boars and the pigs. In January 2016, Palestinians accused Israeli settlers of releasing wild hyenas in some area in Palestine, and the animals were eventually killed by locals. But they accused
Oh my God.
the Israeli of releasing wild
That's
hyenas.
insane.
We correct.
I mean, you have solid evidence. I have nothing to refute that.
Yeah, I mean, I give it, honestly, it's going to be like, it's a 9 out of 10. I'm giving my score now, it's a 9 out of 10.
You're giving it a 9?
Yeah, because fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. I believe it. I was going to be like, I was going to give it a 9 in like creativity, but now, fuck it. Just killer animals that they're fucking using to kill each other with.
Frankie, I think it's absolutely, stupid of you to give this theory a 9. Like, that doesn't make any sense. This is a full-on 10.
I know,
It's
I
a
should give it a
full-on
10.
10 for me.
It's a 10. It's a 10. You know
You're
what?
giving it a
Fuck
10?
it.
Alright,
I'm changing my
perfect
score.
score. 2 10s across the
We
board.
got 2 perfect scores.
Tens
Damn.
across the board.
Oh my
The
god.
Israeli-related animal conspiracy spy espionage tactical theory gets a 10 out of 10 on both sides.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm impressed.
I was very happy with that theory.
How am I gonna sleep at
I
night with
loved
this?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
with this information I have now.
What if there's a rat?
Next time I see a rat, I'm gonna be scared shitless because I know it's a Nazi now.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
my god.
if you're not a Jew, I think you'll be okay.
Exactly, they know the difference.
I don't have blue eyes though. Does that count?
Yeah, they just know you're not Jewish.
No, sorry. If you're Jewish, you're okay. But if you're
Oh,
an Arab,
Okay.
then you're in trouble
All right.
because they know the difference.
Oh,
So we're good.
Yeah, we're all good.
All right. Do we have anything
Yeah.
else to say about this, or should we go on to our next conspiracy?
no, we're moving on to my second.
All right, Frankie, you're up again.
Wait, I want to take a
All
bathroom
right.
break.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
How do we do that?
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Should we just sit here and let them record?
I mean, yeah. Just
Just
leave it
dead air
recording.
for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I could edit this
Yeah.
out in post.
All right, perfect.
all right, we're doing break. I'm gonna go pee in a sink.
I'll also pee. I'll just edit this back to when we're done peeing.
All right.
Seamless edit. Frankie, you're up.
Sure, it's probably gonna be a fucking messy ass edit.
Shut up.
Okay, so I have this like really low conspiracy theory that no one probably knows about. It's called the Mandela Effect.
Ooh.
Whoa, I've never heard of this. Can you
I mean, I've
explain this
never
to me?
heard of this either. Please elaborate.
Oh shit.
What was that?
Me slamming on the table. So, the Mandela Effect is the fact that we live in a constant changing multiverse that sometimes collide with each other. I think?
Did
Is the
you
easy way to explain
research
that?
this?
Yeah, of course. I definitely did my reading not 20 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
But no, it's so it's pretty much the belief that we live in a multiverse that sometimes timelines cross and minor things can change throughout the multiverse.
Fascinating.
One of the most famous examples is, of course, the Berenstein Bears, because they're actually the Berenstein Bears. Maybe that's another one of like the things the Jews used. You know, some Jewish bears.
Yikes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Anywho,
I love how when you go to the most famous example, you use the bears and not the one that the whole
Yeah,
effect was
that's
named after.
nah, it should be the Berenstein Bears theory. The Mandela Effect one, I don't believe. It's like that he died in 2013.
Oh my god,
No,
why do I know your
him die
theory
in
better
prison.
than you do?
Sorry, because I'm drunk.
Okay. Continue.
But no, the theory started that people remember Nelson Mandela dying in jail in the 80s, but he didn't die till like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think now the more famous example that people realize is the Berenstain Bears versus the Berenstain Bears. And it's like, I remember the Berenstain Bears. Like, I was like, yeah, of course it's the Berenstain. I'm not wrong, and I'm wrong. I worked in a kids department. I was wrong.
Yeah, I definitely remember Berenstain Bears.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's another one. How do you do Looney Tunes?
How do you spell it?
Yeah.
I'm guessing LOONEYTUNES.
I would agree with that.
Okay, the way I remember it and the way other people remember it too is LOONEYTOONS.
Uh-huh.
But it is the way you guys spelled it. I remember the other one though.
Okay. I guess Jake and I are just superior beings.
I guess so.
Yes, of course, you fuckers. Anyways, the other one is HBO show, multiple movies, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Uh-huh.
What is the name of that show? If either of you are
Sex in the
homosexual
City? Sex in the City?
Sex the shit.
I didn't do that on purpose, I swear.
Sex in the Shitty.
Sex in the Shitty? I'm still trying to...
Sex in the Shitty 3 Electric Boogaloo.
You know why I fucked that up? Because I wrote out Looney Tunes when I spelled it, and my handwriting is so fucking bad that my N looks like an R, and I was just quietly judging myself while I was trying to speak.
Nice.
Okay, sure, honey.
Wait, is that what it was?
No,
Sex in the City?
No, it's well, yeah, that's what I remember and other people remember.
Oh.
It's Sex and the City.
Wait, no way.
No, it's not.
It's Sex in the City. It's Sex and the City.
No, wait. That can't be
Yeah.
true.
Yes,
looking
it
this
is. It is Sex and the City.
Sex. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, no, he's totally right.
Oh my god! It is Sex in the City.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Another one is... Oh, this one I didn't know until today.
You didn't know about any of these until today.
Shut up. No, this was one of the Mandela Effects I didn't know. So, the Fruit of the Loom logo.
Okay.
It has a cornucopia behind it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember.
I haven't seen the Fruit of Loom logo enough.
Hold up. I'm going to send you...
I can just look it up.
I'm looking it up.
The Fruit of the Loom logo with cornucopia.
Images. Okay, that's the one I recognize. Alright, I got the one I recognize right
I'm getting bra advertisements for Fruit of the Loom.
Yes.
But, like, I always remember the cornucopia behind it, and there's no cornucopia!
You know, oh my god, I'm looking at the Mandela Effect cornucopia, and that seems familiar, but the other one doesn't.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, here's another one.
Alright.
Is it Cheez-Its or Cheez-It?
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its, yeah.
No, it's Cheez-It.
What?! No.
There's no Z.
To be
There's no
fair,
Z.
I can't eat it.
Probably doesn't
So
even
I don't know.
It probably doesn't even use real cheese. Hang on. Cheese. It is Cheez-It.
I've only heard Cheez-Its before from other people, but I've never seen it or bought it, so I can't really tell for myself. But
I mean, I might just have shit memory, but I remember Cheez-It.
Okay, this one's for you too.
Okay.
Most famous line from the Star Wars series.
Okay.
No, I am your father.
You fucking idiot, you know it.
But it's misquoted. Okay, that's people misquoting. That's not like universes colliding. That's just people having shit memories.
But that's the whole, all of these. It's like, it can be easily qualified down to people having shit memory, but so many people have shit memory?
Okay. I feel like, hang on. Here's my thesis on this.
Uh-huh.
I'm still going.
Oh, you're still going. All right, keep going. Keep going.
We're not
We'll
at
get to
that
the
point
end.
yet.
Okay.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, what does the evil queen say to the mirror?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Magic mirror on the wall.
Really? I never saw this movie. I'm not a good judge for it.
Oh, here's a great one. Most famous line from Silence of the Lambs.
I saw it once. Oh shit.
Are the lambs still screaming?
No, people quote it all the time.
Good evening, Clarice.
Oh, it's hello, Clarice, but close enough.
Okay, so
Better than I would have done.
wait, is what people quote is hello, Clarice?
Yeah, it's the first time she walks into his cell. Everyone remembers, even I remember, him going, hello, Clarice. Never spoken in the film.
Wow. Okay.
It's shit like that. And like, Kit Kat logo. There's a hyphen in between Kit and Cat, right? It's 2 words.
I don't remember
I'm not
a
sure about that
hyphen.
one. I also remember a hyphen.
Maybe?
Well, I had a lot of Kit Kats as a kid, so I remember the hyphen, but there was never a hyphen.
Maybe there
We
was
did
in
it.
the early 2000s?
No, there was never a hyphen. Like, the company, it's one of those things where, like, the company came out and said, like, there was never
Wait,
a hyphen.
really? This got
Yeah.
so big that the company came out and said there was never a hyphen.
A lot of these companies do that. Like, I can't remember what the Chick-fil-A one is, but, like, Chick-fil-A, the way it's spelled, like, I still spell it the wrong way. And it's
Wait,
actually
hang
the right
on.
way.
Chick-fil-A, that's CHIKFILA, right?
It's CHICK.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right, I never remember the stupid C.
I'm convinced.
What's one more before I cancel it? Monopoly Man. What does he have on his face?
Monocle and a mustache.
Nope, no monocle.
Wait, no way.
The Monopoly Man does not have a monocle.
What the no. I refuse. I'm looking this up.
He's right.
I'm looking this up right now.
The best part is if you Google Monopoly Man costumes, everyone has a monocle.
Oh my god, he doesn't. And do I have shit memory? Cause that's my thing with this, the Mandela Effect. It could just be that people have shit memory.
But my thing is with the Monopoly Man is if you Google like homemade costumes of people, most people have the monocle.
Yeah.
Like, that's not some. It's like it's one of those things. Like that many people have bad memory. Like it. In my opinion, it's more than that. Like it can't just be like, oh yeah, like people forgot. Like this many people forgot the Berenstain Bears, and confused it with Steen.
Yeah.
A kids program that like you don't realize because you just say, oh yeah, the Berenstain Bears. Yeah, of course. It's not like a topic of conversation that can be spread so much that it's forgotten like that.
Yeah.
The Berenstain Bears, everyone's favorite Christian bears.
Is that a Christian show?
Oh my god, it's so religious.
Okay, I don't remember it.
I
know I watched
read a
it
lot of the
as a
books.
kid, but I don't.
I read a lot of the books when I was working in a kids department at a bookstores that I won't name. One especially I won't name because fuck them.
Were they part of the Illuminati too?
I don't know.
Probably.
Not the great America. You know what? I worked for Barnes and Noble and then another bookstore that I won't mention. That's Canadian and very popular in Canada.
I wonder if there's a way to narrow this down.
Well, I mean, technically yes and no, but like all the chain bookstores in Canada are all under this umbrella company. But we won't talk about it.
All right. So here's my
Anywho.
thesis with the Mandela Effect. I feel like there has to be the possibility of a few people making a mistake and just no one correcting them on it, and then more people hear the mistake and then they quote the mistake rather than the actual thing, and then that spirals out of control. Like with the Star Wars one, that's what I feel like it has to be. It has to be, because Luke, I am your father versus no, I am your father. It's a very slight difference. It's one word difference.
Yeah.
And it makes complete sense for people to hear Luke, I am your father, and just assume that that is the actual quote because he's speaking directly to Luke. So that would make complete sense, and I could see why no one would question it. But The Berenstain Bears is very odd to me because I have no memory of hearing Berenstain Bears. It's just Berenstein Bears. In my memory.
And that's my thing. Is I don't remember like talking about the Berenstein Bears like until I knew about the conspiracy theory. I was like, no, of course it was the Berenstein Bears. It wasn't the Berenstain Bears. Like, what?
Yeah.
What fucking bug bit me? I have a bug bite. I'm sorry.
That's hot. Do you want me to scratch it for you?
Ooh. Yeah, baby, come over 45 miles.
Oh, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
Richard, let's drive right now.
Great idea.
It's funny because neither of us have cars.
Ah ha ha. Funny.
Wait, what?
Anyways.
Wait, what?
I'm confused.
Okay, the mild spelling errors, like, I mean, I spelled Looney Tunes the right way, so I feel like that could just be, like, I understand how you would get that mixed up, because Looney isn't actually spelled like that, they just added 2 O's, and I could see why you would just assume Tunes would also be spelled like that. That doesn't seem like it's like some kind of cosmic force that's making us remember the spelling incorrectly. Is that a hot take?
Are you sure about that?
No. You seemed very surprised, though, by sex and the city.
Yeah, that fucked me up, but, like, then when I think about it more, I feel like it's just plausible that people hear sex, people say it, like, quickly, so Sex in the City, and, and like, just in... for whatever reason, the way we pronounce
Sex and the City stands out more. Like, if I even know what I'm saying, Sex and the City. It's not hard to mishear.
But it is common in whether I don't know if this is just New Jersey and New York, but
I was gonna say because
this could
on the East Coast.
Yeah, this
People
could
talk
be
very fast.
Yeah, this could like the way we talk here. Sometimes we just don't pronounce the D in and. So, Sex and the City.
Sex and the City.
So, I could see how that could... And it takes place in New York City, right?
Yes.
So...
No.
I have no idea with the show.
It does.
So I think it's completely plausible for us to be just saying Sex and the City in our own accent and dialect and making it sound like Sex and the City.
Yeah. Meh.
What? Yeah. Do you not agree?
No, I mean, I can agree, but, like, and stick out more than in.
Okay.
That's my whole thing. It's like, in and are 2 very different sounding words.
But when we're fast talking...
Sex and the City, Sex in the City. Sex and the City. They stand out.
Okay.
Both words stand out.
I don't know. I think it's just people pronouncing it in their dialect.
Just go to our ratings, I think, to give our full opinion.
Jake, do you have further thoughts on this before we go into our ratings?
Go to the comments and discuss.
Jake, do you have any further comments on this one or not?
I think that that's generally how for my thing, I think that, like, for Cheez-It, I've only heard Cheez-Its from other people, but I've never personally had an interaction with Cheez-It. So that would be what would influence my opinion
I don't know
or my answer of what I think would be right. So I think it's more along the lines of just people generally saying it in a certain way, and then everyone just kind of adapting to that. But I guess we probably just we can just go on our opinions off that. Yeah.
Okay, I have one more comment regarding the Cheez-Its.
Ooh,
okay, so I think my explanation I can come up with for the Cheez-Its is it's called Cheez-It. Yeah, people referring to multiple Cheez-Its when they're just Cheez-It, and they're saying, "Hey, you want some Cheez-Its?" It's like the way we say M&M versus M&Ms.
Yeah, I can get that one.
All right, those are all my comments.
But, like, I always feel like I remember seeing the Z.
I also do, but that could just be my shit memory.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Another one is Jiffy Peanut Butter, and it's just Jif Peanut Butter.
Really?
Yeah, it's just Jif. It's not Jiffy.
I thought it was pronounced GIF.
Oh, God. Nope. This is another We can do a whole podcast on Jif and GIF.
Alright, let's get into our ratings. Jake, what would you give the Mandela Effect?
5 out of 10.
All right. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bold.
All right. My turn.
You're gonna upset a lot of people.
I did upset a lot of people. That's one people are very passionate about.
Exactly.
All right. So, I love music. You guys love music. Let's talk about.
Ricardo loves music. Oh, we have to bleep that.
All right.
Richard, you have to get a censor.
All right. I'll bleep that. All right.
Seamless
So,
transition.
seamless transition.
Serious.
I love.
Very serious, very seamless transition about a very serious musician who loves his craft. So, okay, I'm gonna stop.
All right. So, I love music. You guys love music. But what decade were we born in? The 90s.
The 90s.
What was the biggest rock band of the 90s?
Avril Lavigne.
Yes.
Toto.
Nickelback.
Nirvana.
Kiss.
Oh, are we doing the 27 Club?
No. So what I'm gonna be discussing are a few conspiracy theories regarding Kurt Cobain's death, and which one I'm set on, because I initially went into this.
It's the one where Courtney Love murdered
There's
him.
a few, so I'm gonna get into a few of them. So I initially went into this being like, okay, these are obviously ridiculous, but I think I'm kind of convinced on one of them.
Whoa.
The one where Courtney Love murdered.
So here we go. So as we all know, Kurt Cobain killed himself, but there were
Very dead.
He did?
so
Wow.
Did you not know? Wait.
so he shot himself in the head with a shotgun,
Yes.
and there
Famously.
there have always been sketchy details regarding this death, as many other famous people have
no,
conspiracy theories regarding their death. So there are actually a few sketchy details regarding his death that kind of add credence to these conspiracy theories. So Kurt, so I just have 3 details to share. So 1, Kurt was confirmed to be high on heroin when he killed himself. Sketchy detail number 2, 4 rolls of photographs were taken by the police of the crime scene, but only 2 of those photos are available to the public. And neither of which show Kurt Cobain's head. And detail number 3, the handwriting on his suicide note changes midway through his suicide note. So, if you look at his suicide note, if you want to Google it real fast, it is very manic, and his handwriting completely changes mid-writing. So, those are all facts about his suicide. So now we're going to get into some of the conspiracy theories. So, the first conspiracy theory goes that Kurt was murdered, which a lot of people believe. So we got to go into Tom Grant. So Tom Grant was hired by Courtney Love as a private investigator to follow Kurt Cobain after he left rehab. And Tom Grant famously believes that Kurt Cobain was murdered. So that's a kind of key person in this whole story, and he believes Kurt is murdered.
Oh,
Quick question.
God.
Wait.
Sorry.
Quick
What?
question for the uneducated.
I just found a t-shirt with Kurt Cobain's fucking note on
Are
it.
you fucking kidding? People are disgusting.
Oh, it's taken down.
Oh, good.
That's good. Quick question for the uneducated. Who's Courtney Love?
Courtney Love.
His ex-wife and baby
Yeah,
mama.
Courtney Love was Kurt Cobain's wife when he was alive.
That's it. She didn't do anything else.
She's also kind of insane,
Okay.
which adds credence to some of these theories. So,
I can't read the handwriting.
anyways, it's not important that you read the note, just that you see the handwriting changes.
I mean, I see the handwriting change. I would like to read the note.
Okay. Anyways, Richard Lee, he's this guy that hosted a television series titled Kurt Was Murdered, in which he went over several discrepancies in the police report. And he suggested that Kurt had way too much heroin inside his body to be physically capable of pulling the trigger. And he goes on to explain a lot of details that are like details that contradict each other in the police reports, or whether it be certain odd circumstances regarding it that would make it impossible for Kurt to kill himself. But the one that was most interesting to me was that he had too much heroin to actually pull the trigger. So the theory is that Kurt was murdered. This suggests that Courtney Love murdered him, whether it be for insurance checks or the fact that she didn't want to go through a divorce process with someone that she had a baby with, or just any reason she had, because she was also, to my knowledge, a drug addict.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I didn't want to get that detail wrong because that's kind of important. And famously,
I mean, look at her.
Kurt Cobain's grandfather has publicly stated that he believes that Kurt Cobain was murdered.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
So we have a private investigator and Kurt's grandfather publicly stating that they believe that he was murdered, and then also the handwriting changing mid note. Also, this television series about it. So So those are some of the... I broadly went over a few of the Kurt was murdered details. And now there's also a conspiracy theory that Kurt Cobain never actually died and that he's still alive.
Yeah, he's in Cuba. Oh, no, I don't think this is you who I made this
It
joke
was
with.
me.
Yeah, but he's
in Cuba
with Jay-Z
and Biggie
and
Smalls, Hitler, Tupac, Bin Laden. All those people are hanging out in
Jay-Z.
Cuba. Yeah, with Jay-Z. So all those people are still alive. That's... No, this theory...
Oh my god, I forgot that was you. What were we talking about that night? Jesus Christ.
That was sophomore year, I think.
Yeah, it had to have been. Right?
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So there's this theory that Kurt Cobain is alive, right? So, firstly, something that sparked this was on Nirvana's Facebook page. Someone posted a video of a man who looked identical to Kurt Cobain performing Come As You Are exactly how Kurt used to. When I watched the video, this guy has the same voice, the same mannerisms as Kurt. So many people saw this and believed that Kurt was still alive. However, it was pointed out that this guy was right-handed when Kurt Cobain was famously left-handed. Also, this guy looked like he was 30 years old, and Kurt Cobain would have been in his 50s at the time of this video being taken. So people quickly pointed out that this is obviously just someone impersonating Kurt Cobain. So it's like a fan tribute. But if you watch the video, his voice is shockingly similar, but it's obviously not him. And then the conspiracy theories about Kurt being alive really haven't ended. So there's this theory that Kurt Cobain lives in South France. And the reason for this is that there is a resident in South France who looks very similar to Kurt Cobain. And he's been photographed several times. And this leads to the theory that Kurt lives there. But this isn't really solid either, because it's just some dude that kind of looks like Kurt Cobain. Like, I saw the photographs, it's just a generic white dude with long blonde hair. So, you know. I mean, when it comes to the Kurt being alive theory, you can chalk it up to the Illuminati or the First World Order or something. But in all these digging, I think I finally found a rock-solid theory that proves that Kurt is alive and well. And I'm just saying I hope you guys are ready for this, because I'm about to blow this case right out of the water. So, I can wholeheartedly prove for a fact from my research that Kurt Cobain is alive and well, and he's living a second life as Rivers Cuomo, frontman of popular rock band Weezer.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Alright.
Oh no.
So,
please stop. Let's just stop this now. 0 out of 10.
So
we
here,
can
so
stop
here's
this.
the evidence. Firstly,
Oh,
Rivers
God.
Cuomo and Kurt Cobain have strikingly similar appearances. They wear the same style of glasses, they both are white with the same jawline, and they have the same natural hair color. The year 1992 was famous in Nirvana's career as being a very turbulent one, because with drug addiction and the band members arguing, Nirvana was kind of falling apart in 1992. And this was the year that Weezer was formed. So, there's that. Next up, Nirvana and Weezer tour dates never crossed over or conflicted with each other in this time. Weezer's debut album was produced by Rick Ocasek. I might be pronouncing that wrong. He was the lead singer of The Cars, who was a known friend of Kurt Cobain. Fifthly, I don't know, I don't remember. Rivers Cuomo keeps a book of all of Cobain's songs and deconstructs them with a documented obsession with Nirvana. So Rivers Cuomo is kind of obsessed with Nirvana anyway. So Weezer plays entire gigs of covering more Nirvana, more of their obscure songs. So they go under the name Goat Punishment. And this also, to the people that believe this theory, they say that there is no photographic evidence confirming that Cobain is dead, or more importantly, that he died in the way the police reports claim. So this goes back to that original detail at the beginning with the photograph. So they have 4 rolls of photographs taken, but only 2 are available to the public. And this would also add into him changing his handwriting mid-note because him losing the identity of Kurt Cobain and taking on the moniker of Rivers Cuomo.
You did not. I also Googled. No, wait, what? I also Googled River Cuomo is trying to put Kurt Cobain, and the first thing that came up on Google is a communist.
Is he a communist?
I don't want to click it.
Okay. So I'm convinced. What do you guys think?
I believe the first part of your theory.
That Kurt is alive?
No, the part where that his murder was a murder and not a suicide.
Yeah, I think that's where I was like, all right, I can get with this.
Okay.
And then it just progressively devolved. And
Yeah, then you really derailed.
So none of you are on board.
And your only evidence is they're both white guys with kind of similar jaws.
Hey, that's not my only evidence.
Is it?
I explained there are other pieces of evidence.
But we're going. We should be going mainly off looks.
Yeah, and they look strikingly similar.
No, they don't.
Look up the comparison photos. Kurt Cobain and Rivers Cuomo.
He look nothing alike. Oh wait.
I'm gonna
Maybe like slightly, but like still.
I'm gonna put this in the chat, boys.
There's a whole different nose.
yeah, let me know. Send me the evidence.
Hang on. How the fuck do I put it into the Discord? I
don't care. I'm on Google. This is
dragging
stupid.
and dropping. Oh, I can't do it. Whatever. I don't care.
I'm going on Grindr.
Mid podcast, you're going on Grindr?
I've been on Grindr for a couple of your guys' theories.
Okay. So what do you guys think about this conspiracy theory?
Like I said, part 1, I'll give it a good 5.
Okay. What about the Rivers Cuomo part?
That didn't happen.
So 4?
I'm blanking it out.
So you're giving it a 4?
If you're gonna make me judge both together, it's a 4. Yes.
What'd you say?
If you're gonna make me judge both together, it's a 4.
All right, nice. Jake, what are your thoughts?
Jake?
It's a tough one.
Is it?
It is, because you had me going for a while there.
But
It's in my nature to disappoint.
Yeah. I can't like rate individual parts of the theory. I can only rate the theory as a whole. So I'm gonna have to go with I'll do a generous 5 out of 10.
Ooh, that's more than I expected. I thought I was gonna get ones from each of you, but
No, not a 1.
okay.
You had me going for a while
If your
there.
theory was just the second half, it would have been like a 0. But like, I do believe that Courtney Love had some sort of doing in his death.
How so?
In some way.
How do you think she did it?
Wow.
Am I gonna really go on? My
Yeah,
opinion
go on.
is she drugged him. She drugged him up, posed him, and shot him.
That is a common theory with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the detail of him having too much heroin in his body to pull the trigger is very concerning. I mean, there
Yeah.
is the possibility of him injecting it real quick and then shooting himself in the head and like really fast
So
before it like kicks in, I guess.
Yeah, the idea that he wouldn't feel it.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a heroin addict, so I don't necessarily know if that's true.
Yeah, you also gotta incorporate tolerance and shit.
Yeah, because also then, if that was what he did, then you'd have to be like, okay, why inject the heroin anyway? He's a heroin addict. He clearly likes heroin, so.
We stand. No, we don't. I'm gonna end that sentence.
Yeah.
Why are the keys here?
So.
Did I grab
Kurt
my
Cobain
keys?
is Rivers Cuomo. Okay, while we're on the
Kurt Cobain's Rivers Cuomo.
while we're on the topic of Weezer,
That's the takeaway.
Why? Oh,
I think
God.
Weezer is
Are we
fucking garbage. They suck
Thank
at
you.
making music. I hate
Exactly.
all of their music, except
Even their covers.
okay, they have 4 good songs and that's it. Everything else is shit. Their cover of Africa was
Me.
shit. Their cover of Paranoid was
Okay.
shit. Their cover of I don't even remember what the other ones were. I heard the whole album because Jake made me listen to it and it's shit.
I didn't make you listen to it.
Yeah, you
I didn't
played
make you listen
it.
to anything.
You played it while we were
Sometimes.
hanging out. You played the
And
whole
you said
thing.
you liked the cover of Paranoid. You were like, wow, I can't even tell this is Weezer.
Wait, really? I said that?
Yes, you absolutely said that the first time you heard it.
No, you probably drugged me, and that's why I said that.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
And then shot you in the head.
But fortunately, your
Was
theory
that
leads
dark?
Yes.
your theory leads right into my theory.
Too dark?
Oh, really?
It really does. It's extremely close. It's just kind of the opposite of what you
Do tell. Do tell.
do tell.
Oh, fine.
Yes.
House, we stand. That will stand.
All right. So this is the concluding theory, right? This is the last.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Yeah, this is the last
Wow.
one.
All right. So my theory is called Paul is dead. I don't know if anyone's heard of this.
You know, I
What?
initially thought you meant Paul from Big Brother.
No,
Believable.
thankfully not.
Oh, are we talking Paul McCartney?
Yes, we were talking Paul McCartney.
Ooh, I love this theory.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
Um,
into it.
So Richard,
Are
you
we going
haven't
to talk
heard
about
of this?
some reverse songs?
Well, let him explain it.
Okay.
All right, so
Sorry,
we've got
I
our
love it.
we've got our basis. So the basic background of this is that around September in 1969, a rumor of Paul McCartney's death began spreading across college campuses in the United States, and this was based on perceived clues that were found throughout different Beatles songs and album covers. Because college kids have nothing better to do with their time than just deep dive into every single Beatles
record
song,
podcasts.
yeah, and record podcasts, and
When they should
look
be
at
doing
album
homework.
covers, yeah, and not do their homework. So this was what they spent all their time looking into. So this started before 1969. In early 1967, a rumor was circulating in London that Paul McCartney had been killed in a traffic accident while driving along an M1 motorway on January 7th. And the rumor was acknowledged and rebutted in the February edition of the Beatles book, which was a fan magazine for the Beatles. According to a lecture titled "Who Buried Paul?" presented by some schmuck, it is not known
Is that his
whether-
legal name?
No, but it should be.
Yes.
It is not known whether the rumor of 1969 is related to this earlier episode, but this was an isolated event outside of America. This was in the UK. And in late September 1969, the same time this started in America, the Beatles released the album Abbey Road as they were in the process of disbanding. So basically, McCartney at this time retreated from his the life of being a Beatle to his farm in Scotland with his wife and their daughters because he wanted to be away from everything. So he's in isolation and he's away from everything and he has no idea kind of what's going on. And in September 1969, Tim Harper, an editor for the Drake Times Delphic, a student newspaper at some university in Iowa, published an article titled "Is Beatle Paul McCartney Dead?" And the article basis was that there was a rumor being circulated on campus that cited clues from a recent Beatles album, which was
Sgt. Pepper.
this one was from the White Album from Revolution
Oh.
9. the track Revolution 9, that when you
That's
play
like the
it,
9-minute
A bop.
ridiculousness, right?
yes, it
It's
is
a
the
bop.
9-minute ridiculousness.
Okay.
I
So
love Revolution 9. I actually listen to it a lot.
when you play it backwards,
Number 9.
it's
Ah,
yes,
Nine.
we're already into it. When you play it backwards, you can hear the message being interpreted as "Turn me on, dead man," and that is the repeating track within the entire album. Is "Turn me on,
Necrophilia?
dead man." Yeah,
Pretty
basically,
much.
yeah, that's how I read it.
Okay.
And this was the first.
John
published
Lennon was a
article-
necrophiliac, confirmed.
I'd believe it. I could see it. That's. Whoa, yikes. That was the first published article on the Paul is dead theory. So that's kind of where it began. But the premise of the theory, to give a broader background, is that in 1966, 3 years before this article was written, people believed that Paul McCartney had an argument with his bandmates during a Beatles recording session and drove off angrily in his car, crashed, and was decapitated. So to spare the public from grief...
well,
continue, Frankie.
well, I mean, you're probably gonna cover it, but there is actually a very good connection to why people believe that in Abbey Road and Sgt. Pepper that I know you're gonna get to.
There's stuff, and there's also reasons why these theories would exist around the time, but we have a lot more to get through. So
Yeah.
so to set it
I
up,
love this theory
yeah.
so much.
to set it up, so to spare the public from any grief to that, oh my God, Paul McCartney died, or some people claim simply as a joke, the surviving Beatles, the 3 of the 4, replaced him with the winner of a Paul McCartney lookalike contest. This scenario was facilitated by the Beatles' recent retirement from live performance and by their choosing to present themselves with a new image for their next album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So, people believed that the stand-in for Paul McCartney was an orphan from Edinburgh named William Campbell, whom the Beatles trained to impersonate Paul McCartney. This is... I just... like, reading through my own notes of this theory, I just keep going back to, this is the fucking craziest thing, but it's the best. It's so beautiful. Because so many people did
It's
so
great.
much work.
It's great.
So the
get this
Beatles went
going.
out and found an orphan, and were like, we're going to teach you.
No, he won a contest. What are you, being ridiculous? He won a he won a Paul McCartney lookalike contest. So of course they would pick the orphan named William Campbell.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, why is the fact that he's an orphan relevant?
Because no family, no connections.
Ooh.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Hey.
I just thought that the writer was like, what's this guy's most noticeable trait? Oh, he's an orphan. Got it.
Oh, yeah, he's an orphan.
It's like a... Never mind. It's a story I'll explain, tell later. but-
Okay. So, because of this, people believe that the surviving Beatles were said to be so racked by their guilt and their duplicity that they left messages in their music and album artwork to communicate the truth to their fans. So there's been a lot of clues around McCartney's death in these albums and songs, but one of the main ones is that the words "I buried Paul" are spoken by John Lennon in the final section of the song "Strawberry Fields Forever," which was recorded in November and December 1966, which is the same year that people believe he died.
I'm pulling this up.
That is one of the most frequently cited examples, is that "I buried Paul" is spoken in the final section of that song by John Lennon. Lennon says the words were actually cranberry sauce.
How did people confuse "I Buried Paul" with cranberry sauce?
So the Beatles...
I mean...
obviously, like all of the Beatles completely discredit every single theory that every single person throws out about this. Like, every single thing they're going to say is wrong, so I'll preface it with that. But if you want to make your own determination by listening to it, that it's cranberry
Wait, is
sauce.
Strawberry Fields not on Sgt. Pepper?
I believe it's on Sgt. Pepper, Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Sgt. Pepper, good morning. Lovely Rita. When I'm 64, without your love. Oh, this is some weird deluxe edition. I have the record. I can listen to it at some point, but like.
Yeah, so that was the basic idea, is that people think that I buried Paul. So we have I buried Paul in this, and then we have Turn
The
Me
artwork
On,
on it.
Dead Man in Revolution 9 soundtrack thing. And then people cite the Abbey Road album cover.
Wait, are you not going to talk about the Sgt. Pepper album cover? Or album artwork on the vinyl?
I don't believe that was in what I found briefly today.
I have it because I even own I have like an original Sgt. Pepper's vinyl.
If you would like to contribute, feel free.
Yeah, I will totally.
Because Jake didn't do his fucking research.
I tried.
On the inside cover, there is a picture, or it's the back of the cover or something. There's the picture of the four of them, and Paul's head is just black.
Ooh.
It's like shadowed out.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah. Little extra. I had this.
Yeah.
Is it the last like
Can
strawberry?
dude?
No,
I don't
we
want to
can't do
get.
that.
I don't want us to get
We can't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I will paste this for reference. But I'm sure Richard can add it in later.
Yeah.
Editor. So, in the album cover for Abbey Road, it is supposed to depict a funeral procession, according to theorists. So Lennon, who is dressed in white, who is at the forefront of the four walking down Abbey Road, is supposed to symbolize the heavenly figure. And Ringo Starr, dressed in black, symbolizes the Undertaker right behind him. George Harrison, who is in denim, is supposed to represent the gravedigger. And McCartney, right in the back, is barefoot and out of step with the others.
That's totally I buried. Ooh, that's creepy.
Wait, what's creepy?
I just listened to it and I didn't hear Paul, but I distinctly heard I buried.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got chills.
Whoever came up with this theory has too much fucking time on their hands.
It's a lot of
Because
people
they're
behind
right.
this theory. So we've got the heavenly figure in the front. We have the Undertaker behind him. We have the gravedigger. And then we have outside of all of this, who's like out of step with everyone else, and barefoot, which everyone else is wearing shoes, is McCartney, and he symbolizes the corpse, obviously. And people found that the number plate of the white Volkswagen Beetle in the photo, in the way back,
I'm not. Ooh.
has the characters 28IF, which represents Paul McCartney's age, quote unquote, if he had been alive. So 28 if he was still alive.
Ooh.
And one final fact about this Abbey Road album cover is that the left-handed Paul McCartney holds a cigarette in his right hand, which was said to support the idea that he is an imposter in the album cover. He was
I'm a
typically
righty and I've
right-handed.
held shit in my left hand. That's all right. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, I smoke with my left hand, and I'm a righty.
So
Alright.
that's their final nail in the coffin for their evidence about the Abbey Road album cover.
Okay.
So the rebuttal was basically the Beatles obviously said it's a quote-unquote load of rubbish, and Paul's very much still with us. And there was a whole thing about reporters visiting Paul when he was at his farm in Scotland, and he punched someone, and then he agreed to do some special cover and interview to have the footage of him punching someone not released, and just basically so he could save his own image. And then in the aftermath of all of this, the sales increased for all of the Beatles catalog albums because of this rumor that...
I'm sending the photo in the group chat because I found it online.
Okay, because of the rumor that Paul McCartney died. And this theory is studied a lot by sociologists, psychologists, there we go, and communications professionals, because they believe this is a very historical phenomenon in pop culture, due to the fact that this came out around the time of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. So this was only a few years later. And then
What if that's all what this is referencing?
This was also around the time of the War of the Worlds broadcast, where everyone thought that Martian invaders were in the vicinity of like New Jersey and that we were all gonna die, and it was
War of the Worlds.
yeah, War of the Worlds broadcast, yeah. So this was just a very, very skeptical, critical time where everyone had, I guess, a lot of time on their hands to study shit like this. So I found the theory very interesting, and I don't care about the voting number, but I personally do not believe it at all. I think it's fucking interesting, but I think it's really stupid.
Way to tank your own votes.
Yeah, I didn't know this was the voting process before I created the theory that I was gonna go with. So
Yeah, same. I didn't know we were
I
going
didn't know
Rivers
what the criteria
pick better
was.
shit.
All right. I have a question. I have a few questions.
Sure, I can try and answer. I don't believe this theory, but I can try and answer.
So
I can help
on the
too,
Abbey
because I've done a
Road
lot.
cover, I'm looking at it. When you say Paul
Yes.
is out of step with everyone else, what do you mean?
I mean that I am reading what the notes that I created based off of other accounts of what people theorized. I'm assuming
Let me
they
look
just
at it.
mean that
Hold on.
he's not like at the same length that everyone else is at in the he's not as close to everyone else. If I had to guess, I don't believe this. I don't think that he's out of step. It looks very normal to me.
Yeah, it just looks like they're walking.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
initially I saw like the two guys in the middle with their right leg was like in front of them. But so I was like, oh, Paul's left leg is in front of him, so maybe that's it. But the dude in the front, his left leg's in front of him, so like
yeah, no.
I don't know what that.
John Lennon's left leg is in front of him too.
I don't know what that could be referencing.
No, it's not. John Lennon's. No, that's not his left.
No,
leg.
his left leg is totally in front of him. I'm looking at it right now.
No, I get why they say because his leg is or whatever leg because I don't know if it's left or right is front facing.
Yeah, it's his left leg.
But everyone else's back leg is front facing.
What is the back leg?
The leg facing the other side of the street.
Okay, so just say left and right. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because that's easier to explain. That the legs facing the back of the street are forward, but his leg facing the front of the street is forward. That's what they mean.
I haven't. Just say left or right.
No, Richard, you're just too stupid to get it.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
dyslexic. I
Maybe
can't do left and
Maybe
right.
I don't watch Rick and Morty enough to understand what Frankie's plane of existence is.
Exactly. Also, I'm dyslexic, and left and right give me headaches.
All right. I think this theory is absolutely fucking bananas. I like.
Did you see the photo I sent you guys?
What?
It's in the text chat.
We said we would use the Discord chat.
I don't know. Hold up. Let me see if I can figure it out.
I see it,
What
but
do you?
it's not going to make very well for podcast audio.
Okay, so in this
Now we
photo
can all
of
look
the
at the image.
White Album, we can see that Paul McCartney's facing away, and all the other members are facing towards us.
Yes, exactly. And it's Sgt. Pepper, not the White Album.
I got it wrong on purpose to see how quickly you would interrupt me and correct me.
Fuck you.
And it took you longer than I expected, so I'm disappointed.
Hit him with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna. This is gonna get a no from me, dog. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you're being sorry about. I didn't understand the expectations going into this podcast.
Yeah,
what
same.
the criteria was. I thought it was just the most interesting theories, not what is the most plausible.
Well, I did that knowing that my Rivers Cuomo theory was absolutely like not true, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get like a 0 for this, but
That's why I went with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I just went with fun.
I mean, it's not like it's a competition. Like we're not winning anything. Well, I mean,
We're
I thought
winning
we
a
were
kiss.
winning
yeah,
a
I mean,
kiss.
yeah, you'll win a kiss from me.
Yeah.
Aren't you? You win.
Wait, Frankie, do you want to rate this? Do you want to rate this one?
On creativity, it's definitely a 10. But on our scale that we've been doing, it's a 2.
It's a 2 for you. All right.
Yeah, it's like there's a couple things that it's kind of a little sketch, but like also it's fucking insane.
I feel like for me, it's like I don't. I don't know. This is insane. Um.
Did you know there's the same exact theory about Avril Lavigne?
No. Alright.
There's the same exact theory that she died and like the record company was like, but she's making too much money, so they used the same exact concept that a lookalike contest winner replaced her.
And then she got married to the guy from Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it comes full circle.
and then Animal happened.
Yeah.
We don't talk
That
about
song
that.
played in the gym the other day, and I was so
Did you throw up?
uncozy. Almost.
I'm gonna give this conspiracy theory a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, it was at the time it was a widely believed conspiracy theory, but I mean, it died off in
It's-
like the 90s,
yeah.
I think. It
It took
wasn't
that long?
It's not like anyone actually believes it now at all.
I mean, I will say it did definitely have a resurgence when YouTube started getting big. Because you remember there was a good amount of time on YouTube where it was a lot of, like, text, like, PowerPoint with creepy music. Like,
Oh, I
conspiracy
remember those.
videos.
Those were good days.
I used to watch those, like, crazy, and that was one of the ones I used to watch all the time.
Yeah.
I think I have one, like, saved, because it was, like, one of the first videos I favorited.
All right,
Like,
boy.
we know it's ridiculous, but
Yeah.
a bunch of high college students who only listen to the
In
Beatles
the 60s.
in the 60s who have experienced multiple, like, tumultuous events definitely would believe something like this because they're prone to believing something like this. So I can understand why this theory existed and why it seems so
Next
real
time a
at the
baby
time.
boomer tries to argue with me, I'm going to go, you believed Paul McCartney was dead.
You know, this was actually, like, now that I'm thinking about it, the climate for, like, college students, they hated the government at the time because they were hippies, and this was during the time of the Vietnam War, right? So
It was during the 60s. I don't know if I
Not Vietnam.
Oh, really? It
exact
wasn't?
date
Oh,
range for that.
Not
I'm
yet.
wrong. I don't know things about history. I just want to be involved. I just want to feel included.
Vietnam's the 70s.
Oh, really? Oh, I was off. All right. So I'm gonna go over our
The
scores.
mid-70s.
So Frankie's placing third with 19 points.
Okay. Out of what?
The possible score is 40. That's the
Oh.
highest possible score.
Oh, fuck.
So Frankie got a 19 out of 40.
Woo!
Coming up in second place is Jake with 23 out of 40. Which means in first place was me with 24 out of 40. So I beat Jake by 1.
Wow.
So go kiss yourself.
I don't know how I'm gonna kiss myself. I mean,
Get to a mirror and make out with it. You weren't 12 at one point?
I never did that as
Whoa.
a 12-year-old. Why?
Oh, you didn't make out with the mirror and or your hand?
No.
No,
Oh.
I did that with a pillow
is
like
that-
a normal person.
That's like a normal person.
No.
Yeah.
I did other things with that.
Do you want to tell us about it?
No. You get the memo.
Elaborate, please.
Elaborate on the
You
pillow,
want me to
please.
say, you just want me to say that I fucked my pillow? That I was
Yes,
what's his face
That's
from
exactly
Big
what I
Mouth?
want you to say.
That's all I needed.
What was the character in Big Mouth? The guy who fucked the pillow and he got it.
John
Yeah,
Mulaney.
yeah. No, not John Mulaney.
No, that's
yeah.
not
Nick
John Mulaney's
Offerman.
character.
The magician kid,
No.
whatever his name is.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
dude.
I guess are we getting into our secrets now?
So Frankie fucked his pillow.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, I can say I tried fucking a pillow once. It just didn't go very well.
Can you elaborate?
I was like, everyone on the internet's like, this seems like a good idea. And I was like, alright, I guess I'll just try it. Was not for me.
How
That
old?
was it. Maybe I just didn't do it right. I don't know.
How old were you?
Maybe like 13.
Yeah, that was about
I was
the
waiting
same
for
time.
you to be like, oh, I think I was like 19.
19? Yeah.
It was like 2 months ago.
I think that was on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I can confidently say I never fucked a pillow.
Oh, you're special.
I mean, that doesn't make me a better person.
You're so special.
I was
Yeah,
just sad in other ways.
Dude, hold up. I want to know. This one might be just me.
Oh God! All right, do tell.
Oh
But,
God.
but.
But.
Oh, hello? It's sorry, Twitter was buzzing me. Anyways. Would anyone else see, like, that like, thing of trying to, like, making a pocket pussy out of sponges and a glove?
Holy shit!
Maybe.
I never thought.
I tried to do it, and it did not
Oh, it didn't work.
It did not work.
Wow.
It sounds
I tried
familiar.
wetting the sponges, but I saw it was like it's like a red Solo cup, 2 like yellow sponges, and then like a rubber glove. And I was like, I can make that. And I tried, and it did not work.
Did it involve using a cup?
Yeah, it's a red
Okay.
Solo cup. 2. Are you making a list with?
Yeah. Wait. Let me write this down.
Just go buy one like a normal adult, like everyone else.
All right. I got it written down.
But yeah, just go buy one like a normal adult, like all of us.
I'm broke, so I'm just gonna use the sponges.
Spencer's $25.
Wait, how do you know that off the top of your head? Have you bought one?
Maybe. I just got a Discord message from someone.
Was the Spencer's pocket pussy better than the pillow?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, duh.
I figured as much. I just wanted to make sure.
It looks like a mouth. It's great.
How disappointed would you have been if you tried it and you were like, the pillow was better?
I probably very. I mean, the pillow doesn't have beads, so like.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's elaborate.
It's great.
This has been engineered by the rats from the Middle East.
Ratatouille?
This podcast has been sponsored by the
Ratatouille.
Islamic Dolphins.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Time to get into the sponsor of today's podcast.
Oh, yes.
Pillows. Buy a pillow.
Audible.
Uh-oh. I don't know if we can legally do that.
No, we're not sponsored by Audible.
No, we are not sponsored by Audible. Yet.
Alright. Any other comments before we
That
close this one
sounds
out?
like an episode.
Alright, so episode 1 of this podcast. What are we titling it again?
I'm telling you, just let's do 3 question marks and make up a different name every time.
Alright, that sounds solid. Frankie, you wanted us to talk about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy next time, right?
Oh yeah, we should definitely.
We
do
should
the,
definitely do
the
that.
Spider-Man.
Alright.
Yeah,
I would love to do that. It's pizza time.
Pizza time. No, it's just pizza
my
time.
bad. I'm not
He
a
just
true
walks
fan.
up, places them on the desk, and goes,
Pizza time.
"Pizza
Pizza
time." It's great. And then the scene in the third one where he dances to no music.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That scene is amazing, especially the edited version.
All right, so our next podcast. I mean, we'll probably do this like monthly. The next one, what?
Well, we should aim for at least 2 a month.
I could do 2 a month.
Yeah,
All right.
it's not that hard.
So 2 a month. All right. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned next.
Listening.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like to not have the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy spoiled, then you should watch the whole thing by the time of our next discussion, and you could follow along with it better. So you should follow us on shit. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Follow me on FBD45. It's
Subscribe
everywhere.
at
I'm
Rich
Jake.
Rights. That's Jake. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.